Hey folks, welcome back to Dig Drive DIY. Well, about a month or so ago now, you saw me take delivery of this Farmall Cub. This tractor was gifted to me by a viewer named Andy, and he brought it all the way from Georgia. And, well, it didn't run when he dropped it off, but that wasn't a problem because I enlisted the help of my Uncle Jerry from North Carolina, my dad, my Uncle Kenny, and together, the four of us, well, we got it up and running again. Mostly thanks to Jerry, but we all had a hand in it. And regardless, this tractor now is running and I'm ready to bring it out of retirement. So in this video, we're going to do just that. I've located a mower deck for this tractor. It's a finished mower, but I hope that we can maybe get it installed, see if the tractor handles it okay. And then if I'm lucky, I might be able to get a couple kids that I know who live around here. Well, get them a job for the rest of the summer and hopefully next year as well. So first things first, we got to get it over in the shop. And then we'll see if I can make it fit.
Dig Drive DIY.
So we live in rural Indiana. It's ag country. There's farming all around us. And all growing up, there was tractors and machinery all around me every day, everywhere I looked. And for a young boy like me, that was wonderful. I love tractors. I love trucks. I love construction equipment. It's in my core. It's who I am. But even though we lived in the country, my family no longer farmed. They had sold the farm in the 70s. I'm one generation removed from actually farming, but that doesn't mean that I didn't still have the desire or the want to be around tractors and equipment. So as a young lad, I wanted to drive tractors. And if it couldn't be a farm tractor, it could be a garden tractor, a lawn tractor. And that's where I started. My dad put me on a John Deere 140 garden tractor before I could reach the fender wells where you're supposed to put your feet. I think it does a lot for a child when you give them that kind of responsibility early. As long as the child's ready for it, and you kind of know. As a parent, you know if they're able to focus and attentive enough to do it safely. Even if there's a few mistakes involved, they're 90% of the way there. And so my dad put me on a tractor really young, and it teaches you a lot. It teaches you to be independent, of course, first of all. You have to resolve any issues that you encounter while you're driving. And it gives you a sense of duty, a sense of purpose. I was mowing the yard. I was contributing and helping, even as a child, younger than 12 years old, I would assume. 8 years old, maybe. I don't remember, 7 or 8 years old. So Kara and I have always wanted to instill that same type of confidence and responsibility and a little bit of risk. There's a touch of risk involved, which I think a small amount is healthy as part of your parenting strategy. A little bit of risk teaches a lot of things. And so we've been trying to do that with our girls as well. And we've introduced them to some risk early on, and I think it pays off. Well, this situation is no different. I want my girls to have the same kind of experiences. And so my plan is to get the mower on this tractor and then get them involved with helping out. It should be a win-win for everyone. Okay, I haven't started this thing in a long time, so we'll see if it'll go. I'm gonna choke it. I should take all these brackets and stuff off of here first. Getting a little ahead of myself. All right, got the brackets off the top and kind of gave this a little bit closer look than what I did when John brought it. We actually discussed this when John dropped it off, but I had forgotten about it, and that this is a manual lift mechanism for this mower deck. And this tractor has hydraulic lift. So I don't think I'm gonna need this part, and I've just been kind of looking over it, and I see this deck has different lifting points. And I bet you that I can chain this up to lift it with the tractor itself. I see some wear marks on that bracket where I bet you they had like a little clevis to pick up the chains. I haven't looked at anything yet, but I think I could hook these chains to here and make it to where it lifts from there. All right, I got some stuff to figure out. I'm gonna scratch my head a little bit, and I'll be back with you when I got some progress and know a direction that I'm headed. So when I first got this tractor running, I wanted to do something with it. I wanted to put it to work. So I even mentioned on a video that I would like to find a mower deck for it, and it didn't take long. I had several viewers reach out telling me that they had something, and John was the closest. He said that he would actually deliver the mower deck, so I took him up on it. John and his son-in-law Travis and John's wife came out. They delivered this Woods 59-inch deck, and John had just been using it not too long ago, so I'm pretty confident that it's going to work right. And he said that all the bearings were good, and he assured me it was in running order, and I have no doubt of that whatsoever. But I do need to try to get it mounted up on this tractor, and I'm just going by pictures that John sent me, and I haven't even consulted the internet yet, but I think I can get it mounted up on here. I thought about trying to take the time to strip it all down and paint it and make it look pretty and nice, but quite frankly, I really don't have the time for it anymore this fall. I just want to put it on here, see if it works, and basically, I'm more worried about the tractor than I am the mower deck, but if everything's up to snuff, then I think it'll be a runner, and we can finish out the year with this mower deck on this tractor and take care of the lot across the road and maybe even mow the lane at my mom and dad's. So I'm going to try to get these brackets mounted up. It doesn't look too bad. Then we'll see where we're at. All right, I had to move the tractor out of the way for band last night, but I've got it here, and now we're getting set up. I've got this rear bracket, I believe, mounted where it should be. There's a bar that comes off the back of the deck that I need to get mounted up that goes through one of these holes down here, and I think it will help establish a height adjustment. And then John sent me a pulley that's a little bit different diameter than this one, so I think I'm going to switch out the pulley to the one that he provided so that I know that that's correct. And then we'll route the belt, and we should be getting really close. John did a really nice job of putting, leaving key bolts and brackets in critical places so that I could easily identify where they belong. This bracket by itself wouldn't have meant much, but since he bolted it together like this, it's pretty clear where it goes. So thanks, John. So I missed recording that U-bolt installation, but I got that mounted, got that bolted on up there. This goes through this little holder right here. And I think all I have left is to do the pulley, and then I got to get the chains mounted up. So let's try the pulley now first. I don't know how big of a difference it really makes, but this pulley is quite a bit smaller than this one. So I don't know. I think maybe I should change them out, although I don't know what the difference is necessarily, but other than the diameter, of course. This one's got a hose clamp holding it on, and then I think it wedges itself onto the shaft there. Hose clamp. Oh yeah, not even tight. Okay, it's probably a good thing. This one's got never sees on it, which is a smart idea, John, that I'm sure is meant to wedge it on there. All right, so someone correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like the bolts, when they're in this position, you can run them in and it'll pull the pulley off of the shaft. And it looks like to tighten it up, you would take the bolts out, put them in these holes to thread them in, and it would wedge. This is a wedge essentially that wedges the pulley onto the shaft. So to me, that's what it looks like to me. You take the bolts out, put them in one set of holes to pull it, and then the other set of holes to draw it on. I'm sure someone watching this video knows if I'm right or not, but that's my guess, having never done one of these before, but that's what it looks like. Yeah, see, this is just a wedge. So when you bolt it into those holes, it should draw it tight. Probably not a smart use of an impact there. I want to be able to feel it get tight. Okay, belt. I think before I put the belts all the way on, I want to raise the mower deck because that should make it a shorter distance. So it's probably logical to have it raised up before I do that. I think. The belts are pretty tight right now. I want to try to move these chains back to those slots so that's more in line with the lift point there. But it's got a big bolt in there keeping the chain from coming out, and that looks like it's going to be a pain. I'm tired of being nice. All right. This one's actually soaked in oil. It's covered in grease. So, oh, it's coming right off. Kidding me? Well, there's the reward for putting that one first. I'm glad I did that one first. Finger tight. Thanks to a leaky engine. That one was soaked in oil. All right. All right, the first test to see if it will actually lift it. Start. There it goes. Yeah, it'll lift. I'm gonna move this up one. Try the third hole. Yep. Okay. Man, I hate tearing up this paint. Whoa. I think I'm at a point where I'm ready to try it. I've got it greased up. I've got the throttle lubed. It was sticking. Got the belts mounted and tightened. I need to put gas in it, but we'll get it outside first. And I want to turn on the PTO or the mower deck. I want to turn that on outside in case something would happen. I don't want it flying apart in here. So we'll get it outside. We'll make sure the mower deck works. Put gas in it. We got to try it. Oh. It's working. Actually, seems to work pretty good. All right, I'm gonna put a little gas in it. We gotta try it out. All right, well, let's test it out right here. Let's put it down. Okay, I think it's a bit underpowered, or it's just not used to being back to work, I don't think yet. I got it going there in first gear, but we're gonna go across the road and try it, see what we can come up with. Gotta get revved up. Come on. Come on. Oh boy. Well, we mowed a little bit. Okay. All right, clearly there's a few bugs to get worked out. I'm gonna grab a different battery, I think. Maybe an 8-volt battery. Somebody suggested doing an 8-volt battery and it would crank over a little bit better, because every time it dies it has trouble cranking over again. But it mowed, so I'll get a battery, I'll get this thing up and running again, and then we'll do the only thing left that there is to do. Well, I couldn't get the Cub to mow and drive at the same time. It'll drive around all day like Eva's doing right now and not miss a beat. But when you try to run the mower deck and the tractor, it bogs it down and it dies. I don't know if it's starving for fuel. I don't know if there's some other underlying issue, but I told the girls they could drive it when I got the mower deck on it. And so that's what Eva's doing. But at the same time, Ella's here mowing. She's been mowing a long time with the zero turn. So we've got at least a parade tractor for sure, because it's been at it for a good 20 minutes and it hasn't died. But other than that, I'm gonna have to look deeper into why it suffers when the PTO is running. I know some people have said those tractors are terribly underpowered, but I think it ought to at least run the mower in first gear, and it's not able to do that. So maybe somebody that knows more about it than me can reach out, help me along with that Cub. We'll stay at it. I'm still not letting it retire quite yet, but for now, we'll keep them busy with the zero turn mower. And if they want to go for a little cruise, they can do that on the Cub. But that's gonna do it for now. We made an attempt, right? I want to thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope that you liked it, and if we're lucky, we'll see you in the next one. We're at peak dad level right now. I'm just gonna sit under the shade tree and watch this all happen for a while.